all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Just a baby. My mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with God.
Hey, all gravity, any day above ground, live it. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday. If you're on the West Coast, because Middle America, Southeast, the Northeast, the Mid Atlantic, Chicago, and them, we about to get hit with something. But okay. By the way, that was not my video. It looked like a white person on TikTok, but you know, that's when they're not wasting food. So, okay. And I don't eat eggs anyway. But Yeah, there's going to be a they're calling it historic because it's supposed to affect almost 250 million people in this country. And be that as it may, we're going to look at the latest models. We're going to see what the consensus is around these areas. We're going to go to DC. We're going to look at WJFK. Yes, we are. I'm sorry, not WJFK. What the one out there? What's the TV out there? I forget what it might be. JFK. I ain't sure, but we're gonna look. We're gonna look. We're gonna go to New York because that's the hometown. We're gonna go to where I live at now, Atlanta. We even gonna go to Texas. We want to see how everybody's coping with this. And yes, we're gonna laugh at y'all because a lot of y'all out here panicking for no goddamn reason. I'm talking to y'all in the South. But before we get into all that, let's see who's in the building. Sybil, good morning. Kira, good morning. SD Johnson, good morning. Reparations Nation, good morning. Wallow J, good morning. Brother Torian Ring, good morning. DSA, good morning. Miss Nisi, good morning. Gamers Den, good morning. For those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, good morning. All right, let's get into the customary house cleaning because we play videos and we're going to be playing news reports, so we don't want YouTube to get mad at us.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now,
let me go here. There's a growing concern. All
right, we're going to start in the nation's capital. We're going to see what they're talking about. Because for some reason, they're always trying to center themselves in everything. You know how arrogant DC is.
Worried about what you're saying, my friend.
Yeah, I wish I had better news other than the fact you've still got, plenty of time. You've got all day today to get your errands run and all the like. But if you have travel plans, look at the long line of people to the airport. Again, there's no travel issues getting out of the area for today. And honestly, most of the ability to leave town tomorrow will be fine, but you're going to have to deal with extreme cold starting first thing tomorrow morning. The snow itself probably doesn't start here until late in the day, Saturday, most likely after the sun goes down. So that leaves you another, dry day tomorrow. Snow will fall through most of Saturday night up until about midday on Sunday. The risk of sleet and still freezing rain is a real thing, especially for the southeastern corner of our viewing area. Southern Maryland, the northern neck of Virginia, you are at the most risk for a prolonged period of sleet and freezing rain. In Metro Washington, I think it's going to be more of a sleet than a freezing rain issue, but that is a very fine line, and we're still a long ways out from that. So you have to stay tuned for that part of the forecast. So make use of today. I'll give today an 8 out of 10. It won't be as warm as yesterday, but at least we'll be in the 40s and dry. Winter storm watches will be upgraded to winter storm warnings and perhaps even ice storm warnings at some point later today. We're just still too far out. If the transition from all snow to snow and sleet doesn't happen until about noon on Sunday, that's still really quite a long ways out into the future as far as weather forecast models can get the fine details nailed out. Generally cold this morning, 20s and 30s. Again, your day ahead of you is nothing to worry about. And tomorrow, a high of only 22 degrees tomorrow. Here's future weather. Again, it starts tomorrow afternoon. So this is now 6:30 Sunday morning. I guarantee you this will be only snow from Saturday night late into the first half of Sunday. Again, here's roughly midday on Sunday. The pink here is the opportunity to switch from snow to sleet. The risk of freezing rain will be mostly down across southern Maryland and the lower parts of the eastern shore. But, let's not underestimate, this could be 2 or 3 inches of sleet on top of 6 to 10 inches of snow. So this is going to be a huge problem. It's a moisture loaded up system. This is the liquid equivalent. If it were only snow, it'd be 10 to 1. That'd be a big snow event. Our official snow forecast here, I think most of Metro Washington ends up in the 6 to 10 range, where it stays more snow, 10 to 14 inches, Northwest Virginia and Northern Maryland, and where the snow could really be packed down with sleet or freezing rain, still a significant amount of accumulated frozen precip on the ground. So weather alert for sure. The precip ends probably late Sunday night, pre-dawn, Monday morning. Look at those numbers, though. This may become one of the all-time longest stretches of below freezing weather in D.C. history, 5th longest on their list, and the most recent one, 10 days in a row in December of 1989.
Oh, man.
There you got 9 days in a row right there. So,
yeah.
Wow.
All right. So there's that. That was DC. All right. We are jumping on the Amtrak. Yes, we are. So we said we got to run. So we're going to New York. And Kira, where you at? Sound off. Your man's is on the screen.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Kira Clark's big homie, DJ Cardamom. He's doing the press conference. This is one of his first major tests as the mayor of New York City. I did say I want to see his first mass shooting, see how he handles it. But sometimes you forget that they also get major snow in New York. So he's got OEM, he got the cops, he got sanitation, he got the firefighters, he got the EMS. He has civil service up there. Dirty Culo. Let's see what he says about how the city is going to be prepared for this.
Get to work!
There's no sound.
And obviously, there's a lot to do. Well, it's not happening before it's not happening, but once it's done, is it something you're going to maybe send people around, look at it, and go, these are places where we can start discussions, these are places where we can take back.
We can't hear you.
Well, I think that this is something now for us to follow up on. I think it is. We are always looking to meet the challenge of this moment and also looking to build out the city that we deserve in the medium and the long term. And I think that one part of your question is also about street safety. And I think that is a critical directive that we have for our DOT is how do we make our streets the envy of the world? And I look forward to any of the medium and long-term lessons we can learn from this weekend about street design beyond just the question of meeting the snows. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? No worries.
As for yourself, where will you be on Sunday logistically? How will you be monitoring the storm and the city's response?
So I'm going to spend a portion of Sunday out with city workers to make sure that we are getting a full sense of both what is being done, but also communicating directly to New Yorkers. And I think this is just another opportunity to say that, we are going to share this message, whether it's through the television channel that a New Yorker turns to, whether it's through the radio that they're listening to, but also we encourage everyone to sign up for Notify NYC. We have about, I think it's 1.3, 1.4 million New Yorkers who are currently signed up. We want to get that number up so everybody gets those updates. And then my job is to make clear that this is a city that's prepared and then to keep in close contact with not only the leaders that you've already heard from, but also my deputy mayor, who is really not only running the entire operations, but is staying close at hand with any of the updates.
Marsha, go ahead. Marsha.
Mr. Mayor, I wonder if I could ask you a question. Historically, mayors have been judged by how they handle snow. And I wondered if you've looked at the mistakes made by some of your predecessors. You've seen any pitfalls you'd like to avoid and how it's going to affect how you handle this snowstorm and how you want to be judged by New Yorkers afterwards.
I think one of the key directives that I've both given myself as well as the team around me is that we will over communicate with New Yorkers. We are going to tell you at every instance when we have new information about the storm what it is. So initially, I'll give you an example. The forecast, it said it could be as little as 3 inches of snow. It said it could be as much as 16 inches. Now we're seeing that forecast start to narrow a little bit. Now we're seeing the minimum number closer to about 8 or 9 inches. We're seeing the maximum number still be but we're going to get that message out there because I think that this is a time where we want to make sure that city workers have every ability they can to deliver on their job. And what makes it easier for them to do their job is the more New Yorkers that stay home. We want to make sure, just one more point, Marcia, I'll give you an example.
It's easy for to start drifting.
Our fire commissioner here, right? One of the key points that was being shared with me and with other city workers is how do we make sure that we do not have ambulances that are being prevented from being able to access New Yorkers or access the streets? How do we make sure that we're not facing another situation where there are preventable outcomes taking place? So that's what is at the basis of our communication. That's why I'm also trying to be everywhere as I can to keep that in mind.
All the question I have is this: in the past, since I've covered snowstorms since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, there have been instances where ambulances couldn't get through, buses couldn't get through, streets were not plowed, so that some streets, like for example at the de Blasio, some streets were plowed to the tar, and then other places didn't get plowed at all. So do you have a plan to make sure that there's equal plowing in all 5 boroughs? So that
that's a good question.
Say, you missed us.
Yes.
That's a good question for those who don't know about New York. When we had that, I forgot what year it was. Was it 2013? I think it was 2013. We got hit. Or 2011. It was one of them years. We got hit. And the big scandal was them scumbag city council members were sitting there paying off folk to go plow their streets and their constituent streets more than other places. Them affluent neighborhoods. And that became a whole big thing. So every time there's a big blizzard like this or a big snowstorm, that question always comes up. Are y'all going to ply everybody equally? Look at his dumbass face.
For me, I think it's very, very clear that, given the constraints that we have with the state and given the new life and the new era that we're in, there are benefits to remote learning. And I might offer that folks might begin to think about this as reimagining what the snow day looks like. No one is asking kids to be on a device for 6 hours and 20 minutes, right? And so we have to be flexible in our approach. Some learning will be synchronous, some will be asynchronous. You can still have your hot chocolate. You can still go out and enjoy the snow. But we really want to make sure that, especially since the pandemic, our children have missed more school than they did before. And we want to make sure that instruction continues even when it's disrupted by weather or attempted to be disrupted by weather patterns.
Watch the first day of school next year. He going to have Vibes Cartels rap to the kids. He ain't. New Yorkers can carry DSNY snow removal vehicles at Power NYC. Oh shit! I just want citizens.
What we've heard from the MTA is that they're prepared for any potential eventuality across the spectrum of snowfall that we've been briefed on. And I think that is something that whether it's the trains, whether it's the buses, we are talking about a system that can handle this and a system that is prepared. Thank you.
You guys so much. All right, let's take one more.
I know this Jamaican school counselor got his oxtails on deck, boy.
Right now, I mean, is there enough space in shelters to safely house people who are taken in from the cold? So what does that look like?
Absolutely. There's enough
I don't
capacity
even know what
for
that is.
homeless
I'm
New
gonna look that
Yorkers.
up.
And I want to say thank you to the city workers at our Department of Homeless Services who have been doing the work of actively canvassing homeless New Yorkers wherever they may be across New York City to get them into whether it's single unit beds or stabilization beds. And the most important thing is getting homeless New Yorkers off the streets, out of the cold, into shelter. And that's why, as we've been briefed, we are seeing DHS saying that the standard operating procedures of intake and all the different forms and procedures we have to go through, those are being put aside for a moment of a code blue. Because right now, we're not just talking about snowfall, we're talking about cold. And these are things that if left together without any kind of a city response, the consequences could be significant. And so what we want to do is keep every single New Yorker safe. That includes homeless New Yorkers. Thank you for your question.
You've been listening to Mayor Mamdani and city officials giving us an update on this impending winter storm. The first storm of his administration and the first significant snow that we've had.
First significant snow we had since he got in office. All right, he only been in there about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Calm down. Anyway, who said it? No. Oh, you know what we're gonna do, fam? He sounds upset. This is what we're gonna do. Hey, Punk. No CM. What we gonna do for you? I dare you to come make me. Come make me. This should be fun. We found somebody who got kicked out their place. We're gonna help him find somewhere. I'm gonna help you out, Punk. Come see me. We're gonna do it right now. Make me shut up. This should be fun. Make me shut up. And he said it with his whole bird chest too. No, we're not gonna put him in the gulag yet. I didn't drift crazy. No, that said that's what you gonna do. You know, Miss Niecy need her bullets. Hey, Punk, don't live up to your name now. Don't run. But we know you're gonna run because punks run. But anyway, that was New York City. Y'all want to go to Jersey? I know when Cosmo look at it back later, he gonna be like, why you ain't go to Jersey? Because you never prepare right. How you in Jersey knowing it floods, and then every time you get out there and it start flooding, y'all look shocked. We'll go to Jersey just so he feel better. He not scary. He a punk. That's why he ran.
Get to work!
Where's the sound?
How much we're expecting across the Garden State. The top of the state is expected
I'm trying to
see the
figure
most.
out where the hell you got this haircut from. That's why I tell you, that's them Jersey haircuts. Hey, baby. Don't this look like one of them Guido Jersey haircuts? Come look at this. He tried to black it up too by fading the bottom. Lord. This is the douchebag Guido Italian haircut. Look at this. Look how douchebag that looks. And then he tried to fade the bottom, try to look cool. Jersey. Look how much Jersey getting up top. Look at this. That is disgusting. A foot and a half. That's disgusting.
plan for about a foot of snow. If you live in northern New Jersey or even consider yourself living in northern New Jersey, just plan for a foot of snow. Do yourself a favor. That's probably the best course of action to take because the storm comes in so cold.
Click the
snow
link,
is so fluffy. It sticks so quickly.
Click
and
it.
if there's wind, it could drift as well. So just keep in mind the northern half of the state definitely anticipating real fluffy snow. In fact, everyone's going to see it at first. However, midway through the storm, there can be some icing in south, central, and coastal New Jersey that compresses the snow, changes things up after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and of course lowers the final total of snowfall by the end of the storm. That can actually be incredibly dangerous.
Snowing hard?
We're looking at slippery conditions. The amount of ice that's coming through this is going to be like a layered cake, everyone. You have the fluffy snow
layered
first,
cake.
then you get a little bit of chunkier snow on top, and then you glaze it over with ice. It just pushes down that snowpack, making it heavyweight by the time it's time to clean up. So be careful, everyone. Sunday, 2 a.m. to Monday, 4 a.m. This is when the storm is expected to come through. Now we know how much. Let me show you where exactly. Go hyperlocal. And this
I
is what we do
requests.
at News 12
News. Me to F off. I do requests. So we're going to do this for you since we do requests.
Smoke wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
I'm about to get cursed out. Let's get it.
The only reason why I'm calling up because I heard Wallow call my name for something. I was busy feeding the dog. Yeah, my chicken. Sorry about that. But anywho.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, KG. Good morning, family in the chat.
Good morning.
I'm off today, so I'm getting ready to do my run, go get my hair cut, hit the grocery store. Baby, let me tell you, honey, I remember the blizzard of 93. I just got out the service. I moved back home. My grandmother, love her heart, she had everything in the house but shit paper. So I had to drive off the hill to go get her some toilet paper. Took me 2 hours. We got over a foot of snow. Try driving up on the hill and you sliding sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I remember 93. I remember 96. I remember 99. I remember 2011. I remember all that.
Mm-hmm. I had my accident in 97. I was going to work. I had just changed. I was heading westbound. I was trying to get past the tractor trailer. I had completed the path, but I felt my backside do a complete spin. I spun over 360, facing eastbound in the westbound lane, hit the side of the cliff. Tore my car up.
Yeah. It'd be crazy out there.
Oh, yeah.
Especially them hills in New York. Woo! You don't have that e-brake on. Your thing go to start to get the sliding, boy.
Well, honey, I learned my lesson. Whenever they call for snow, they
oh shit.
Whenever they call for snow, I always hit that store. I'm old. My reflexes ain't as quick as they used to be.
Wait till we get to the Atlanta portion. I gotta tell y'all this story.
Okay, before I drop off. Thank you, Jesus. I got me a whole new furnace because that son of a bitch started acting up this past Monday. I said, oh, hell no. Blizzard coming. I got to get a new furnace. They got it installed, did all the testing. That is running like a champ. So I'm nice and toasty. So I'm good. Family on the East Coast, be safe. If you can miss work, take them vacation days. That's what I do.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Love you, KG. Have a good one.
Love you too. Not gonna be Miss DC, so watch. Right. But anyway, let's get back to this. The douchebag Guido haircut. Let's see what he talking about.
Jersey. Hardyston, Kenilon, Byram, Roxbury, Mount Olive, Chester, Flanders, Morristown, Gillette, Westfield, Bridgewater, out toward Oxford and White Townships, Knowlton, Edison, South Plainfield, Union, Bayonne, Jersey City, Secaucus, all of these areas, including all of Bergen County.
Hold on, this motherfucker over here acting like Yakko, naming off places. What is going on? Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir? I wanted to make a quick public announcement. Is that fine with you, sir? Real quick.
Go ahead.
Can y'all people in the South, this is just people in the South, can y'all stop buying up all this shit that y'all not gonna eat in the first damn place, please? I'm in my Walmart right now. Y'all buying, y'all tearing up shit. It's 10 o'clock. It ain't that goddamn serious. Supposed to snow again next weekend. Y'all still, you know what?
You know people panic buy. Come on now.
I don't.
I tell you this story.
Man, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lord.
How much the chitlins?
Chitlins? I'm buying me a damn beef roast.
No, I'm talking about. I know y'all sold chitlins up in that Walmart.
I don't. Didn't I just? I forgot. You didn't even look at that message I sent you, did you?
I did see it. The one in Discord, I saw it.
Okay, I'm making sure. I don't know why you asked me about some goddamn chitlins then.
You say you in Walmart. You say you about to buy a beef roast. That's that. How much of them chitlins?
I ain't buying no damn chitlins.
All right, say less.
Damn, these folks get on my nerve. God damn. You know what? My commission is gonna be fine. But let me get off so you can pause. Let me
Pause.
Sir, so you can finish the broadcast. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, back to this.
Could expect fluffy, fast-sticking snow at the first part of the storm, if not the entire duration of the storm, where we should be planning for at least
I ain't gonna hold you. This would be Andrew Garfield if he was a meteorologist. He a little too. I tell you, when they get a blizzard, these meteorologists a little too damn happy, boy.
foot of snow. Everyone in this blue color here. It's when we get into central New Jersey, things get a little bit interesting because there is a warmer layer of air that rudely interrupts the storm halfway through and actually could compress snow totals, but then also limit the amount of snow that you see for the afternoon on Sunday. This includes towns from Freehold, Tinton Falls, Asbury Park, Shrewsbury, Rumson, Keensburg, Aberdeen, Matawan, Old Bridge, Helmetta, Cranberry, the Windsors, Jackson, Plumstead. Keep in mind areas along the border here between this blue and purple. There's a chance that the mixing might not make it that far north or the opposite. That's a detail that's still subject to change until the storm gets here. And it's something that we're watching. Ocean County, if you live south of Barnegat, you will see that change over first. Unfortunately, Stafford, Manahawkin,
no wonder Jersey boring, bro. I'm sorry. We gotta get him. I'm sorry.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still.
This is how he sounds right now. What's that you said, Zavon? Wind chill -15. Y'all out of line. Wait till we get to Chicago. Chicago need to be banned. I'm done with Jersey. Let's go to Dallas. Texas. How you doing? We gotta talk. What y'all got going on down there?
Light rain continues to fall for a good portion of the Metroplex now. A live look at Doppler radar shows you that green reflectivity is starting to pick up. We've got a few rumbles of thunder possible as we continue to develop more activity through the rest of today. And then all eyes, of course, on the rest of the weekend. I want to start with today because it's our last mild day, though we will see activity through the duration of today. We will stay above freezing. In fact, we'll spend most of the day in the 40s today. Temperatures will plummet once we head to bed tonight into the 30s. And then the rest of the weekend, we will spend it in the 20s. Upper 20s to start the day on Saturday. And then Arctic air really starts to settle in. By Sunday morning, take a look at that forecast low. 15 degrees, bitterly cold and wind chill makes it feel more like the single digits. In terms of precipitation, we will see liquid rainfall today. And that likely to change over overnight to freezing rain rain and sleet. And then by the end of this event on Sunday, a few of us could find some flurries starting to move in as the system exits off to the east. So we are going to spend some time here on Futurecast because we've got a lot to cover, starting with today's rainfall. Already making things slick out there. So as you start your morning, take it slow out there. Know that this is already something that it's impeding traffic across parts of the Metroplex, and intensity coverage that's just going to pick up from here. As we head into the mid-morning hours, again, a few rumbles of thunder and quick downpour can't be ruled out, along with some gusty winds. But afternoon activities where I think we'll see things become more widespread. Take a look off to the north and west. Winter weather looms off across the Red River and up into the Panhandle. But again, today we're watching liquid rainfall. But that boundary starts to move in. I think this model a little bit ahead of schedule. As early as about 8, 9 o'clock, we are watching counties to the north and west of the Metroplex to start to see the first taste freezing rain and sleet. Then once the Arctic air starts to sink, temperatures start to tumble below freezing as we step into the first Saturday. That is when things become more widespread. This is, again, a look at about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Temperatures falling at or below freezing for most.
I know why she said that. She was trying to differentiate it from the freezing rain. I see why she said liquid. It's fluid rainfall. That's what she meant.
North Texans, and then it's just more of the same throughout the day. On Saturday, I expect a couple different rounds, so we'll see things lighten up, and then we'll see coverage start to pick up. I think through Saturday evening into Sunday morning, that is when we see the most intense sleet, freezing rain, and then rounding things out with snow start to fall. Most of the system pushes off to our north and east, where higher accumulations of snow possible across the Red River, but a few flurries can't be ruled out for the entirety of North Texas. So we talk about totals, start with ice. Talking about freezing rain falling, sticking and accumulating anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch is possible. Current model data indicating this band from the south and west of the Metroplex and then off to the north and east has a higher probability of picking up some more ice. So 1/2 inch to 3/4. Rarely once we hit 1/2 inch, that's when problems start to become more prevalent. So infrastructure, power outages, certainly roadways. That's why we're encouraging you, once you get home from work today, stay put. In terms of sleet and snow totals, which I think the predominant precipitation type that we see is going to be with sleet. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches across the Metroplex. Higher totals to the north, 2 to 4 inches along the Red River, a little bit lower down to the south, up to 1 inch of sleet possible. Winter weather warnings in place all across the country, as this is a multi-state event. For us, we've been upgraded from watches to warnings. Winter storm warning in effect starting at noon today, set to expire 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Extreme cold warning also in place starting at Saturday evening and continuing throughout the duration of the weekend. This is a look at the cold that is looming off to our north, that Arctic air. These are actual temperature readings as we sit right now early on your Friday morning.
Green Bay, you out of line. What's y'all wind chill, like 60? Negative 60? Jesus Christ.
Negative 23 degrees up in Minneapolis, negative 15 in Bismarck. Similar story for Rapid City. Now, it's not going to get that cold here, but this gives you an indication of the kind of Arctic air that is headed our way, brought in by a pretty stout cold front. We will see those temperatures sink in a hurry overnight tonight. And then once we hit freezing, we're not looking to climb above that until we step into next week. So a quick look at our forecast highs again today. We'll spend it in the 40s. Liquid rain falls. Then
she said it again.
Freezing. Tomorrow, we'll spend the day in the 20s. Sunday afternoon, our high is 22. Our low takes us into the single digits for many. Same story on Monday. I've got a forecast high of 32. A lot of us will remain below freezing. And then finally, on Tuesday, sunshine helps to take things back to the 40s. But we've got a long way to go between now and then. And your 7-day forecast just reiterates that. Rain, 40s today. Sleet, freezing rain and snow through the rest of the weekend with temperatures bitterly cold. Monday morning, 8 to...
All right, so y'all only getting sleet and rain, so calm down. Calm down, Texas. Just light y'all's smokers and y'all be all right. Let me check Boston real fast because, you know, Boston always want to be included. Those racist bastards.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Let's see what Beantown talking about. Fuck the Celtics and the Patriots.
News, you guys. We just did a little update to the weather map. I was talking with the weather team this morning. We're all kind of on board with this. We wanted to raise the floor of our snow. I don't see a lot of foot reports. I think we're done.
Y'all niggas is okay. Y'all just you over here. You damn Boston is screwed, bro. So if you on the edge of the city, you might get 2 feet. If you're a little closer in, you gonna get looking like 1.5 feet. Okay, say less.
Definitely going over that in most spots. So 15 to 20 inches of snow is what we're expecting widespread. There is a big range right now for the Cape, the islands in the South Coast. That's kind of our question mark spot. There's going to be some heavier, wetter snow down there and the potential for a period of mixing Sunday night into Monday. So that's why these totals are kind of in flux, and we'll be able to fine tune them as we get a little closer. But again, this is a big storm. You should know about the trends with the totals. Even if it was 12 inches of snow, it's a big storm, you guys. And the type of snow is going to start out very light and powdery for everybody on Sunday afternoon. But you can see that as we progress at night and into Monday, you get those darker colors over the Cape, the islands, and the South Coast. And that is that heavier, denser snow as well, which is why we're not going to have the same fluff factor down there. And again, maybe a little mixed precipitation as well.
Powdery. And because it's not a nor'easter, we don't have the same level of flooding or wind damage that we sometimes are used to seeing. So there is at least that. But beginning Sunday, right around lunchtime, snow moves in. I know a lot of you want to watch the game. Of course, that'll end probably around 6. I would urge you to watch it locally. We'll put it that way, because things are going to be getting pretty rough by around 4 to 6 p.m. The worst of it will come overnight. We'll get a little break Monday morning, and then the back.
Listen, as long as they can be able to watch the game, them fools up there don't care.
We're eventually done with this. At the end of the day, 15 to 20 inches is likely across a very broad area, so expect over a foot. There may be close to 2 feet on some of our coastlines, and there will be slightly less on our southernmost coastlines. It's a big storm. It's the biggest we've seen in 4 years, but luckily it is primarily a snow pure play, if you will. Not so much those
snow pure play. That's what he said.
We're cold this week, though, so be prepared to bundle up well past the storm as highs stay in the lower 20s through next Friday at least.
At least. All right, Tucker. Thank you.
So Friday. Okay. All right. Well, there's that. Woo. All right. Now, before we get to Hot Lanta, or we'll call it Snow Lanta now, or Sleet Lanta. Now, between yesterday and today, wife and I went out and got our supplies. And let me tell you, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning and people were in there jammed up. And we're looking at each other like it's not even going to be that bad. But y'all out here panic buying. Then we went to Publix because she wanted to make my daughter meatballs. So I said, all right, we're going to get the stuff. They had no pork. Well, I shouldn't say that. They barely had pork. And they barely had beef. I didn't even check the chicken. Pause. But it's crazy out here. These folk, I don't understand Atlanta. Atlanta, if y'all went through this in 2014 and you only had ice and maybe 1.5 inches of snow, you didn't learn anything. We had snow last year. Y'all didn't learn nothing. The plan early. Okay. All right. I get it. But let's see what Atlanta is saying.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Oh, he just looked like he's the fun at the party.
Get to work! Updating our winter storm threats across North Georgia for the first time in more than 10 years. This is new overnight. An ice storm warning issued for parts of our area, especially north and east of Atlanta, where 1/2 inch to 1 inch of ice is possible. That is significant amounts of ice likely to bring down trees and power lines, so significant impacts likely around North Georgia. Time.
Are they scrolling with it already?
Coming into focus, and we want to complete those preparations for this winter storm, this ice storm that's moving into North Georgia through today and into early tomorrow morning. After that, things start to go downhill by tomorrow evening. So here's our forecast. We're going to wake up to a mostly cloudy sky in the morning through the day tomorrow. Now, you're going to look at Storm Tracker 2 HD radar, maybe on our app, and it's going to look like it should be raining or there should be freezing rain, but there won't be. And the reason for that is there's going to be very dry air near the ground. That is going to cool the atmosphere down. And by the evening, we've got a mix of freezing rain, a little bit of sleet possible, but primarily freezing rain. And that is falling all across North Georgia on Sunday morning with that ice accumulating on trees and power lines. Power outages, a big concern with this storm. Your 5-day forecast, the weekend always in view, 53 for your Friday, falling temperatures late in the day Saturday, and a cold winter storm for us Sunday morning with a little bit of warm up late in the day.
From the air, ground, in local.
So it's light soy sauce. That's what they saying. That motherfucker out here complaining. It's not even like y'all were gonna, it's not even like y'all were gonna go outside and do anything anyway. People out here nuts, man. They just out here complaining about nothing. Wisconsin here, ice storms are beautiful to look at, but it's horrible to drive on. You ain't telling no lies. Cali's just chilly. Ain't nothing started yet. We just got a little bit of rain. That's it. We're going to find out tomorrow. All right, Chicago. We got to talk. Y'all motherfuckers up there are disgusting. Bruh, do you see this right here? I'm finna show it to you. Y'all see that? Oh, wait, y'all can't really see it. Let me move up. Do you see this? Chicago, y'all out of line. How you get negative 40 wind chills? Stay your ass in the house. Let me see what they talking about.
We usually reach our low right around sunrise. And today that sunrise.
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know Jonathan Capehart got a job in Chicago. I didn't know that. That's fucked up.
Rises shortly after 7 a.m.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that.
Yes.
That's a nice little piece of education today.
Oh, well, yeah, because, all night long we've been dark. And so we have that chance to see those temperatures fall off for an extended period of time until the sun is finally rising to try and heat things up. Well, yeah, heat is not something that we're going to have much of from any sun today. And I just wanted you to see the extent of all.
You a damn lie. You want us to see the fit. Look at the fit.
So we have that chance to see those temperatures fall off for an extended period of time until the sun is finally rising to try and heat things up. Well, yeah, heat is not something that we're going to have much of from any.
Look at her. She wanted to show off that fit. Look at her. Oh, man.
Sun today. And I just wanted you to see the extent of all the watches and warnings of many types. We have ice storm warnings, not here, but we have winter storm warnings, not here. We have the extreme cold warning right here. So that is what we are watching. And yes, we have had some cold temperatures around Chicago, but I wanted to share with you the past many years what our lowest temperatures have been in those years. So today, most likely, is going to be certainly the coldest day of our year so far. But you see, last year, the coldest day was January 21st. We dropped to 8 below. I remember this one, 23 below back in January. We were all on all-time record low watch, which is technically 27 below zero. So we didn't break that one, but it sure was cold on that day back in 2019. And we had several days that were pretty cold that year. All right, extreme cold warning. This allows for wind chills between 30 and 40 below zero. We have already seen some wind chills in our area dropping to 30 below and colder. Now, at noon, we will all be under this cold weather advisory, and that is for wind chills really between about 20 and 30 below zero. So these are the things you need to know. Today, these low temperatures, well, they're dropping as we speak. Technically, we've already hit our high temperature for the day today. Right now, it's 2 below zero. It feels like it's 23 degrees below zero. And as I said, our high temperature for the day, that has already happened of 3 degrees. We're still keeping a close eye on the potential for snow Saturday night into Sunday. But Diane, snow is not something we are dealing with this morning.
Cold. I want to show you that some of us have that wind chill value at about 40 below. That means on exposed skin, you can get frostbite within 5 to 15 minutes. This is why a lot of schools today are either remote learning or completely canceled because of this, because kids typically wait at the bus stop for 5 to 15 minutes, and you can get frostbite in just that short amount of time. I'll look here to show you the next 12 hours to show you that our temperatures are going to mainly stay below zero. Technically, our high temperature was right after midnight last night, and since then we have been dropping, and we likely see our air temperature stay below zero here. A look at our warnings to show you that right now we still have that extreme cold warning in effect for this dark blue color. This is until noon. The cold weather advisory, I will move it over here to show you that
calm down, bros.
We actually have a cold weather advisory that goes into effect because it is expected to stay dangerously cold, just not as low those wind chills as they are right now. I'll look here to show you our wind chill forecast to show you that right now our wind chill forecast is looking to be anywhere from about 20 to 35 below, even still at 3 p.m. later today because it stays windy. Still pretty breezy as we head through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning, where our wind chill values are expected to be anywhere from 20 to perhaps 35 below zero Saturday morning, with some improvements as we head into the afternoon. Notice that our wind is very light here Saturday afternoon, and because of that, our wind chills will be in the single digits. I'll look here to show you satellite and radar combined live right now to show you that we do just have clear skies, a few clouds passing through the area every now and then. Futurecast to show you we do have the chance for snow, and I'll walk you through it here. Here's 4 p.m. today to show you that we're still just clear. Temperatures are very cold, still dangerously cold as we head through the overnight hours tonight. By tomorrow morning, we are talking temperatures 4 below zero around 9 in the morning, about 2 below zero at midway around 9 in the morning. Continuing the clock to show you that by 8 p.m. on Saturday, we'll be watching some lake effect here, but watch as I go through the clock. 7 a.m. here on Sunday is when we're expecting some of this light snow to push into the area. If you are north of I-80, you have less of a chance to see accumulating snow because we are on the very northern edge of a system. Around 7 a.m. in the morning, we'll also be watching this lake effect that could potentially also bring some accumulating snow. Here's noon on Sunday. So is mainly done, but we do have some lake effect that will likely kick in Northwest Indiana and stay there through parts of the night. Here's a look at different models to show you what we're expecting. As of right now, they're showing about 1 to 3 in our area, with maybe some areas south getting a little bit more. That's as of the track right now. Look at the GFS, even a little bit less. That 1 to 3 is even further south. It really depends on how much we see from lake effect and on the Illinois side. But notice here that possibility to get 3 to 6 right near the lakefront here into parts of Northwest Indiana and also into Michigan as well. So something we will be keeping a very close eye on. I'll look here to show you that AccuWeather alert for today is for that dangerous cold the entire day. If you don't have to be outside, just don't go out there, limit your time. Then tomorrow it is still bitterly cold, especially in the morning hours. And then we keep the alert going through the evening hours as some snow may start to develop. But it's more likely that we have snow on Sunday morning very early on. And we're talking accumulating snow, and it accumulates quickly. It's light and fluffy. It's very cold out there. Temperatures are in the teens here as we head through the rest of the week. So just staying very cold. Keep it right here. We will have another update on our 11 o'clock news in just about an hour.
All right, so that's Chicago. Okay.
Be quiet! Shut up!
I hope them iguanas fuck y'all up down there in Central Florida. I ain't even gonna hold you. I hope y'all get hit by orange trees. I ain't gonna hold you. I hope a hurricane hit y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. And I got family there.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope the mouse pisses on every one of y'all.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope Goofy puts his damn shake in every single one of y'all's gas tanks.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope the MCU films a fight scene all over Central Florida and destroys y'all's towns and damage control don't show up.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope y'all got to pay income tax starting today. And I'm talking about the state income tax.
You want some more? Do you?
We might have more. I hope it floods. I know that sounds hella crazy. I hope it floods.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope your only sustenance down there is Four Rivers Smokehouse.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope DeSantis tells y'all got to pay property taxes for the rest of your life.
You want some more? Do you?
Said it. I hope DeSantis floods the Everglades and it goes up in y'all sewers and y'all have to drink on alligator piss water.
You want some more?
We might have more. I hope y'all there in Central Florida. You know what? I'm not even going to say that because that's going to involve the kids. I'm not even going to do that.
You want some more? Do you? All right, bim, bam, boom. Somebody get this nigga out of my way.
I hope you show up when Florida get their hurricane. I sure hope so. Cause I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna be like, sucks to be you down there. All right. So there's that. Where else can we go? Let's go to Baltimore for the big fun. I spelled it hella wrong, but I don't care. Let's see what WBAL talking about. Uh-oh. They got a Hispanic on there too. Let's get it. Let's see what she talking about. Oh shit. They got a whole jingle. Mm.
exacerbate the event situation where we could have down trees, power lines, things like that. So power outages certainly a concern here, outside of just the fact that it's going to be dangerous to travel in and around town or any part of the state, really. Now, I do want to focus a quick show of what we're expecting as far as snowfall accumulations. I know everybody wants to know how much snow are we going to see. On the very low end, at least seeing 6 inches area wide. That's on the low end, but most likely could average anywhere between 8 to 12 inches possible.
I hope they left claw cuts all y'all's penises off. Pause.
Here in the Baltimore metro, with higher amounts of 17 inches or greater, especially out in western Maryland. So keep that in mind. And if you happen to see freezing rain or sleet, those snow totals will be much lower. Today, we'll get to 42 degrees here in Baltimore with some areas in the upper 30s, maybe mid 40s down to our south. And then here we go. Temperatures dropping down into the single digits, if not the teens, by tonight into tomorrow morning. And you factor in a 10 to 15 mile per hour wind, and that's where it starts to feel even colder. So you'll see here, 8 o'clock tonight, wind chill values in the teens, dropping to the single digits, but above 0 through midnight. And then overnight into tomorrow morning, it could feel between 5, maybe even 8 below 0, what you're not seeing on that map, because that could happen around 9, 10 a.m. All right, so here's our Futurecast model. This is a high-resolution in-house model that can kind of show you a better view of what we're expecting in terms of snowfall, freezing rain, sleet, ice, and things like that. By midnight, Saturday night into Sunday, very early, snow will continue to fill in from the south and west and be widespread and heavy for several hours through daybreak on Sunday. Then we get into lunchtime, midday. You'll start to see the pink.
Nah, they don't break off. We tougher than y'all down there in Florida. But anyway, we got exclusive footage of some of this snowfall. It already started. And of course, it was a black man that went out there. He had to brave the elements because we brave. So he was going to give us official firsthand look at what it is.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Here's some black man. Get it! Get it! Get it! I ain't shit. Hold on 1 second, fam.
The winter storm that you've been hearing about all week is arriving today, and it's now far more significant than originally anticipated. A massive swath of over 1 inch of ice accumulation and as much as 2 feet of snow is expected, and far more than 150 million people are directly in the path. This winter storm stands out not just because of its size, but how long the impacts are expected to last across the southern half of the country, from Texas to the East Coast, where snow and ice will overlap in extremely dangerous ways. New data shows way more snow and ice than originally forecasted, which has prompted states of emergencies in states like Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, with a
By the way, Kemp out of the country. He over there in Belgium. I think he might be in the UK today though, but he over there. And of course, Ted Cruz had to take his annual jaunt when the weather get bad. They say he in California right now. They caught him on a plane. And now, you know, MAGA mad at him. MAGA, y'all can suck dicks. Pause, because I'm gonna show y'all a tweet that your man put out there today, and this just gonna highlight how dumb he is. But we're gonna let this ride. Pause.
Additional declarations expected as impacts expand. The impacts don't stop there, as an exceptionally strong polar surge is dropping south. Temperatures are forecasted to fall to 30 degrees below 0 over the next few days, with wind chills approaching 60 degrees below 0 tomorrow. That's Cold will eventually push into the south, allowing winter precipitation to linger, blocking repairs to damaged infrastructure. So in today's forecast, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about this major winter storm that is about to slam the United States. Now, we have a lot to talk about in today's forecast and a lot of new details on the risk of historic snowfall in the United States, with a widespread 1 to 2 feet of snow being possible and a crippling ice storm. So let's talk all about it. We're going to begin with the future radar for today. This is the beginning of our winter storm. This afternoon is really going to be the ramp up of this winter system as freezing rain are possible. As I mentioned before, this is what's going to be dumping a lot more snowfall. And then as we go into Saturday afternoon, all that snow and ice is going to start to blow up back over in the mid-Atlantic, where we could see some very significant ice storm conditions. And then a large area of moisture is going to develop behind this. And this is what's going to bring some big snowfall totals and also big ice totals. So in just a moment, we'll go more in detail about the second part of the winter storm and how much snow and ice you will see in your location. But before we do that, we need to talk about the new sponsor of today's video. Some days the weather isn't the
okay, we don't care. Yeah, because his shit came up on my feed the other day, so I said, let me look. And this man, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday, did 3 videos within an hour of each other saying how it got worse. It got worse. I'm like, dude, come on. Oh, man. They don't know nothing. But anyway, let me see what Charlotte talking about. And then we're gonna go look at that Trump tweet because he's an idiot.
Get to work!
Play. Oh shit. Now I don't want to play. Uh-oh. Charlotte, y'all think not working down there?
I'll just keep Monday with Severe Weather Center 9. Some light rain working its way through the region this morning from Charlotte south, where this will last mainly just in the morning hours. We'll dry out this afternoon, but mostly cloudy today. Highs around 50, a little cooler than yesterday. Nothing significant on the rain threats coming on in, but let's time out when the big stuff is coming in for the weekend. The storm out to our west early Saturday morning.
They say Memphis going to get slammed, boy.
Quiet, but late in the day Saturday, snow briefly on the north side, some sleet briefly in the metro, but then this will all change over to sleet, then freezing rain area-wide by Sunday morning, and that will last the majority of the day. On Sunday, we could be looking at ice totals of a ½ inch or more. That could lead to significant power outages, obviously dangerous roads through the day Sunday, and of course, tough travel will linger into early next week.
If you buy one, like the goddamn airline industry needed that problem. But okay, let's go look at the dumbass, because the dumbass went and said something yesterday, and I swear to God, I'm starting to think Bush 2 was smarter than Trump. I'm starting to get that vibe, because at least he went to Yale. Trump be tweeting and he be talking like a high schooler. Maybe he wants to sound cool.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
So this piece of crap, Trump, wrote this on True Social yesterday. He wrote, record cold wave expected to hit 40 states. Rarely seen anything like it before. Could the environmental insurrectionists please explain whatever happened to global warming? This fucking idiot thinks global warming, if they're saying that global warming is happening, that we shouldn't have storms like this. I tell you, this man is dumb. I tell you, this man is dumb. Oh my God. He can't be. Get some. You ain't never seen a drift like that? Get some. First snowstorm. Oh, that was in 2019. I wonder what he's going to do with DC since it's federally controlled. You're going to declare a state of emergency, Trump? You're going to have the National Guard out there? Or they going to just go while it's snowing, go get illegals? Let me know. And look at the idiot saying that he's saying something impressive. tell you, he dumb. And look, they're just writing tweets. So whatever Elon did, they're just copying tweets now so they could get engagement. This is sad, and they still not getting engagement. Oh my God. Now they're saying that, now the conspiracy theorists I saying this ain't natural. All right, motherfuckers. No shit. Okay. People who think because it's a winter storm, there's no global warming shouldn't be allowed to vote. There go Bakari. No sellers. That's fire. Imagine if we saw this when you go outside. That'd be kind of fire. That motherfucker said Trump Nation. This nigga said Trump Nation. No, he 4 steps. Remember 4D chess. No, you know what it is? Somebody said it. 121 million people voted for him. You know what that says? Most of them are in Florida and they never had this problem. But when that hurricane hit, oh, they was crying like a muff, weren't they? All right. Yes. Charge all the phones. Yes. Fill vehicle gas tanks. Yes, I did that already, so we good. Get cash of small bills in case car systems go down. We got that. We don't need prescriptions. We already got the downloaded movies and books and maps. We already got that. I got stuff on the computer, on the hard drive, so I'm ready to go. Identify one warm room in the house to camp out if power fails. That can easily be made. Locate water shutoff valve and breaker box now, not later. I know where they are. Set fridge and freezer to colder settings to hold temperature longer. You can do that anytime, but do that. Ooh, look at Arkansas. Now, I'm not going to say that this is wholly true, but it just might be, or these might be old pictures. This person would probably been better doing a live stream since they got a blue check. Oh, they doing the spraying? Get some. Isn't that sexy? Look how sexy this looks. This is sexy. All the way from where Charlie Kirk got shot at, all the way up to New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine. That's sexy. And look, you know it's true because this thing says valid. Well, I don't eat none of that pork, so it wasn't me. Look at these models, boy. Okay, that's great for you, white man. This Winter Storm's been marketed like a Marvel movie. Is that them trying to be based? Try to be edgelords. Okay. 12 cities. I guess for y'all MAGA idiots that ran to the South, I guess the South ain't better than the North, huh? All right. The winter storm is a psyop. An AI black man said this. Okay. Map show where winter storm threatens to bring heavy snow, ice, brutal cold. Yeah, so stay your ass in the house. Anybody check on Dre Mack? He over there in KC. Oh wow, y'all out of wow, that's crazy. They said they out of power. That's crazy. And this is in Maryland, I think. No, it might not be Maryland. I don't know where the hell this is. Let me see where this is. No, they don't say. Oh, Texas. Okay, well, you in trouble. Anyway, let's see. So that's Arkansas. That's Cincinnati. Damn, Cincinnati gonna get 8 to 12. All right. Hey, look, it's one of Torian's big homies. Let's see. Trump just declared if the primary source of light in your home comes from a dozen Lady of Guadalupe candle under all your Jesus portraits, you gotta go facts. Nancy Mace, SC National Guard press for winter weather. Oh, now you want to care. All right. Every supermarket in Texas is stripped to nothing due to the winter storm. And it's so annoying, but then I remember in 2021, shit's not funny anymore. Well, there you go. Boozy ice cream. Boozy ice cream. That's what you worried about. Boozy, I can't knock her because she's trying to sell her business, but boozy ice cream. Yeah, now we good. But anyway, y'all. Oh, the sun's starting to come out. Ain't that something? What am I cooking? I cooked yesterday. I made grilled chicken. My wife said she's gonna make salmon cakes. All right. As long as the oven work, we good. Like I said, we're gonna make these meatballs. We'll probably make that tomorrow. While they're at dance class, I make the meatballs. I'll show her how to make it. And we'll save that for Sunday. I ain't sure yet. I might buy one other thing on the way to work. I might get some flank steak. Anyway, y'all. Hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job. If not, I try to be better next time. Again, it's going to be very cold this weekend. So please check on y'all's loved ones, especially the old and the young. Everywhere is going to be different. We could trade stories after all this, but please stay warm. Stay safe out there, please. Make sure your fluids in your car are good. Talking about the transmission, the brake, power steering if you have it. If you can, go to the store. Get the de-icer windshield wiper fluid. Go get that. Make sure you got a scraper. Make sure you knock all the snow off your wheels before you start driving. That way you can see if there's ice lodged in the treads. Please. Take it slow. If you'd rather get there 20 minutes late and you go to the pearly gates 2 minutes early. Or 20 years early, however you want to do it. Anyway, y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Oh, here it goes! Time's up. Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on!
At the end of the day gotta end.
And that's it.